in order to create an event on our webpage. And um, hopefully you've seen the video, the first video on how to create an account, and you have done that already. So before you create an event, you're going to need to log in to your account. So we are already logged in as test 1, and we are going to be uh, creating the the event. So the first thing you want to do is you have to make sure that you have a location in place before you create the event on our website. So you're gonna go to the plus sign right here on the top menu, and there's a plus sign and also the word new. So you're gonna click on that, and you're gonna go under location, because that's the first thing you need to create. And this screen is going to pop up. So you're going to enter your title at the top. Um, so we're gonna say maybe this one is just test location, and you can add a description to your location if you would like. Um, you don't have to have a description, but if you decide to have it, that's okay. And this button right here on the right hand side, you're gonna use that at the very end. So when you are finished or ready to post your location, you're going to click on publish, but we're not gonna get ahead of us. So we're gonna go down, we're gonna scroll down, and you see right here where it says where. The system is going to require you to fill out your um, location with an address, and you're also going to need your city and your province. In our case, it says state and county, but you can choose Ontario. Ontario right here. The postal code, and you don't need to add a region. You can just select the country for your location. So that's going to be Canada, of course. Then you're going to scroll down. Don't worry about this statement right here. It says location not found, because I haven't enabled that yet. So don't worry about that. And then on these next two sections, the excerpt and the custom fields, you don't need to do anything for the location on that. Now, you do need to allow comments, so check that box. Go ahead and check it, because um, the comment box is where people are going to be writing the name of their children, their spouse, and their HSLDA numbers. So we're using it for that purpose. So please check that box, make sure that it is checked. And then you don't have to do anything for show or hide your author name or the attributes. So you don't have to do anything for that. You can leave it like that. And then you're going to scroll back up, and you're going to click on publish. Now when you click on publish, it doesn't mean that you are um, publishing your field trip yet. This is just the location. We're gonna need the location, and I'm gonna show you in a few minutes why you need to create your location first. So we're going to click on publish, and after you do that, it's going to give you this screen where you can edit your location or you can view your post. That's just your location, that's not the event itself. So now we're going to create the event. Once we have a location, we can create an event. So we're going to go again to the top menu, to the plus and the word new, and we're going to go under event. You click on that, and now we're going to be uh, typing what our event is going to be. So we're going to do um, the title, and then we can write a description, and we do need a description here. Why? Because this is for HSLDA insurance purposes, we need to know what the field trip is about. So let's say that we'll be having a beautiful day going apple picking. Apple picking, please. Oops. Please bring your snack and water bottle. Excuse me. It will be a lot of fun. Okay, so you are giving a description of what your field trip is about. We're going to be doing apple picking. You can give another description. You could say it's going to be a sport event, or it's going to be a a park or a nature study, or maybe you're going to be doing horseback riding, or so we need to know what you're going to be doing, especially for insurance purposes. Now, when you go down, actually, let's go to the right hand side. It says when, so this is very important. You're going to choose the date when your field trip is going to happen. So let's say that your field trip is going to be on November, and let's say we're going to do it the 8th. So it's going to be November the 8th through November the 8th because it's the same day. It's going to start the same day and it's going to finish the same day. And we're going to say that we're going to go from 10 a.m. Let's see, 10 a.m. and we're going to be leaving around 2:30. So we're gonna do that. You can also choose the option for all day. Like usually in the summer, some people when they go, like let's say to Canada's Wonderland, they are going for the whole day. So you can choose that option as well. Then you don't need to mess around with the time zone, but just so you know, I have already chosen this time zone to be for Toronto. And we're gonna scroll down. You don't need to publish it until you're done, so don't click the publish button until you are certain of the information that you're typing. Where is it going to be? So we have the location that we just created, that was test location. So you can see there that there's another location that we've created already. But for this specific field trip, you're going to choose the location that you added before. That's why we created the location first. So you will have, right now there's only two, but once parents start creating more events and more events, there's going to be more locations. And maybe some of them are going to be recurrent locations because that will be every year. So that's going to be in the system, and all you have to do is choose the location that you already created the year before. So right now we're just going to choose test location. Then we're going to scroll down and we're going to go to bookings, registration. You want to enable registration for this event, so you check that box, and it's going to give you a very descriptive form of tickets. This is not something that our group is used to do, but the option is there. We don't need to use it for practicality. We're just going to not use it right now, but you do want to go to the event options. You have the total of spaces, so you want to type how many people are allowed to be in your field trip. So we're gonna say, well, we can do 40 people for this field trip, and maximum spaces per booking. So I do know that probably the largest family that we have right now, it's probably about 8, counting mom and kids, maybe 9. So maybe you want to open up your maximum spaces per booking to 9, even 10. It doesn't mean that each family is going to use those 9 spaces. It just means that it's available for them. if they want to get 9 people or 10 people. So you are, as the person who is creating the event, you can choose how many spaces you can allow people to use. And the booking cutoff date, that means that's the last day you will be receiving uh, bookings. So I know that we need to have the insurance certificate generated a week before the actual event. So my suggestion is that you would close the registration a week before. So we said it was gonna be November the 8th, I believe. Let me go back and check. Yes, it's gonna be November the 8th. So we wanna do it a week before, so that's gonna be November 1st. And you're gonna be receiving not registrations, but bookings until that date. For this section, you don't need to write anything on it. It's not necessary, but if you want to, you can just copy paste the description that you had right here at the top, and you can copy paste it and put it at the bottom if you would like. It doesn't it's not really necessary, but if you want to do it, that's fine. You don't need to you know do anything with the custom fields. Some that's not necessary at this point. Right under the discussion box, you do want to allow comments. So always allow comments, because this is, as I mentioned before, this is where people are going to be writing the names of the children who are going to attend the field trip, even if there's a spouse, and also the HSLDA number. And you don't need to do anything else at this point, so you're just going to scroll back up, and we are going to be doing we're going to be publishing our event. So you just click on the publish button, and after you have published your event, you can either view your post, or you can edit your event or add another event. Now, one thing that I forgot to mention is that you can actually view your event before you publish it. There was a button around here that says, preview, and I just missed it. I was going to explain that before, but that's okay. So you'll see it where it says, that you can preview your post before you publish it. You can also do that, or you can view your post after you have finished. So we have it right there. This is test field trip number 2. That's the date, location. We're not using categories so far, and then this is the description. Then you have the bookings, and you can register yourself if you're going to the field trip, because it's right there. So spaces, let's say that you are going to go with your kids, so you're going to need, let's say, 4 spaces. So you could say parent number 1, parent number 2, child number 1, child number 2, and HSLDA number. Okay, and that's how you register for a field trip, by the way. So you have to write that in the comments box, because this is what's going to happen when we pull out the list of people who are going to be going to a field trip, so we can get the insurance certificate. We need to know what their names are. We need to know this is their legal names, and we need to know the HSLDA number. So if you want to attend a field trip, you need to write that in the comments box when you are booking the number of spaces that you need. You're going to check on this box, I consent to my submitted data being collected and stored as outlined by the site, because we're collecting your data in order to get our insurance certificate. And then you're gonna send your booking. So you are, booking successful. And now if you want to go and see a list of the events that are being offered, you can go under events right here on the top menu, and you can see the different events. We only have like tests right now, but you will be able to see the different events that we have coming up. Also, you'll be able to go in there and register, or book your spot. Okay, so I hope this is gonna be helpful, and if you need to go back and see the video again, go ahead. Uh, you can always ask any questions that you may have, and hopefully it's a friendly user program for you. Thank you, and God bless you. Bye bye.